Welcome to the Awkward Tea Party. Today we are talking about the obvious. We're talking about SANIC. We're going right into it. This is Rosie. There's Max. Here we go.
Let's do it. Yeah, who cares? No intros.
Okay, in case you guys if that song wasn't familiar to any of you, that was the 90s intro of one of my favorite renditions of the American Sonic cartoon. Yes. Which is Sonic the Hedgehog. But there's the other one, which is a little bit more goofy, which was Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I wasn't a fan of that too much because it was too goofy. I liked it. It's not canon to, but it's like it helped build up was the for at least for Sonic fans, the very OP Archie Sonic and whatnot. But anyways, we're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. If you guys didn't know, when Sonic 2, the video game came out, it became the #1 video game in the world. And now they're doing it again by being the #1 movie in the world. And hell yeah, I'm excited. Okay. There's a couple ways I was going to structure this, but I'm just going to go off with things we liked, things we didn't like. And I'll be like, I'll share a point, you guys share a point, and then we'll eventually transition to things we didn't like, because we can go to the 3-act structure all we want and dissect it, but I feel like that's going to make the podcast much longer. And I feel like we need to do another watch through just to really appreciate it.
Yes.
Because there's like, there's so many Easter eggs. Yeah. I mean, one thing that I definitely loved is that they introduced Knuckles, bitch.
Yes.
Within the first 5 minutes of the movie. There's no like delay. It was like, no, here's what y'all want.
Here it is. Like,
here's Knuckles. You saw it in the trailers. You saw it in the previews. Knuckles, bitch.
And one thing that confused me is like when Robotnik was trying to fight, who are these other tribes people?
Yes. So actually, for a lot of people that don't know, IDW came out with a prequel connecting to the Sonic movie.
God damn it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's out there. I've seen some of it, but I do know that without any like, I guess, spoiler alert, if you haven't read the prequel, it's basically talks about like what were they doing before they got to the main story of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes. Oh my God. I didn't.
Yeah. Well, they explained that.
That makes sense. Okay, well, we're going to preface this now.
Spoilers.
This podcast is spoiler filled. So if you haven't watched the movie by the time we release this, get wrecked.
Sorry.
What about them, Rosie? Because I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I haven't actually read the entire like comic thing. I was usually like watching people reviews of this comic and how they were just basically giving you a rundown of it. So basically, in one of the stories for the comic, it follows Knuckles and like how he's just been trying to find Sonic because he knows about the whole Long Claw and the kid does that thing. But eventually he comes across these scavenger looking people, the one we saw in the movie, and they take him they basically like take him into custody in a way. And he's like, what are you guys doing? Like, I'm trying to find someone, whatever it is. And I don't know the whole story on why they took him into custody because I haven't read the entire thing, but I do know that eventually Knuckles fights something that was supposed to torture him, whatever it is. And I guess Knuckles told them, hey, help me look for Sonic, and then we chillin'.
Yeah. Okay, now I definitely want to watch it. It's in IDW Sonic. So that one thing that I do, since we're talking about like IDW, Archie, Sonic and all that, I do like how this Sonic is portrayed as a kid trying to figure it out.
They really leaned into it.
Yeah, because
like he's a kid. He's our kid.
Because that's one of the things that I know some people criticize, like he's too immature, but that's the point. He's a young.
He's a kid. Yeah,
he doesn't know that his
he's
powers.
A child.
Yeah. So that's that they lean into that, trying to him still trying to find a family and all that stuff. And we'll get to that in a sec with that ending. And another thing that I loved is that they made Knuckles dense and kind of a knucklehead, but still badass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watching TV. ...
Dot, dot, dot.
Dot.
I love it because it
Tiny magical hedgehog dead.
exactly. It's just it's because over the years they just made him just complete dumb.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what makes Knuckles here and like dense is just the fact that he's so serious and he just doesn't know. You
Yeah.
know, so his
Takes
not
things
knowing
literally.
is funny. Yes,
He just takes things literally. Like he doesn't get figures of speech because he just doesn't give a fuck.
Mhm. I
Dishonor.
love that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is how I roll.
Because they were,
Carrie.
because I know for the longest time was Sonic 3, you know, and during that time when Knuckles was the badass, he was cool. And then here comes, you know, I think I forgot which video I got it from, but here comes them trying to rebrand for a younger audience. Here comes Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Adventure. They need to reintroduce another badass that's kind of edgy as well. In comes Shadow, because there can't be two badasses hanging about. So they made Knuckles more of
Dense.
but like leaned into it where he's kind of an idiot. And I liked, they especially leaned in on it. And I think the Sonic Boom series, I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious, but it was like, man, Knuckles, you're just a joke now, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like a badass. Like,
Yeah. Oh, they redeemed him. I was
They
like,
did.
respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
And also, like with my baby boy Tails, my baby boy Tails, my little cinnamon bun. No, because like obviously they did the reveal from like in the first movie in the after credit scene. So I was like, yes, Tails, and I was just like sitting there because I am absolutely appalled at the fact that there is barely any Tails merch that you can find at the same level as it is with Sonic or Knuckles, and I'm like. Fuck you. My baby, like he is a pilot. He is an engineer. He is an
so
inventor.
smart.
He is a scientist and apparently a good dancer.
Oh yeah. I loved that they leaned in. I was like, I wonder if they're gonna make Sonic break.
They did.
They're gonna, and I'm like hell yes. They if you've played Sonic Forces or any of them, Sonic does like a freaking air flare and all this stuff. And like the minute I saw him start top rocking, I'm like,
Yeah.
They did locking, bro.
They did locking. They were like, I'm like,
yeah. I was expecting like oh wait, like an epic fight, but then they went to a dance off, or what regular people call it.
a dance off.
And I'm like, no.
I was like,
and if you guys missed it, like he did the Sonic Adventure pose when he was jumping in the air. Yeah. So I'm like, he did it.
I squealed in the theaters. I
oh
was
my
like,
god. Well, the whole dance battle scene was happening. I was like looking at my friends. I was like, this is making me so happy on so many levels right now. Not just as a Sonic fan. And I'm just like, he did it.
This movie encapsulates why I loved Sonic more than Mario as a kid.
Oh my gosh. No, but like
Chris Pratt has a lot to live up to.
Oh gosh. But like even with just that scene, because I've been watching a lot of people's reviews, all these YouTubers that love Sonic.
Now you're one of them.
Yeah, now I'm one of them. But like I one of them had like a good point. Like some of them thought like that scene, the whole dancing of them being in that I guess cabin or whatever, was like they could have shortened it or they could have taken it out because it was irrelevant. But I think that it was, even if it was like a silly moment, not really relevant to the main story, I think it was very, very relevant to the story between Sonic and Tails' brotherhood.
Yes.
They really built upon that. And I'm just so happy that they took time to really give them, like, it's just Sonic and Tails for so long. And I'm so happy that they had that little cute moment.
I know, like the fireplace with the tail.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
I was like, no.
This one little tear. I was like, my bun.
And then when Sonic calls him, like, sure, buddy. Like,
I know. It was like,
or oh God, like the when God, the part where Tails was just passed out for a while, and he was just like determined to make him like
he was like, "Come on, Tails, wake up!" I was like,
wake up,
yeah, Tails, wake up!
The concern in his voice was just so like, oh my gosh, like this.
Ben Schwartz played that so well.
He played it so well, and I love how they showed that because, like, Sonic doesn't have anyone like him. You know, from the first movie, he's just been around. Like, he has his family, like humans, but like people like him, like. That was like, oh my gosh, there's even like a
multi-dimensional rodents.
Yeah, like what? One of the things, as we're getting Rosie's connection back, like one of the things that I love, like I was hesitant about Ben Schwartz at first because I'm like, because the original voice actors, like that's what I loved about Tails. Like
yes,
I'm glad that they kept the original voice actor
and they put on the fucking poster.
Fuck yes,
as they should.
Yes.
I was about to get angry. Like, everybody got angry.
So, and I get that they want to try to get star power and whatnot to bring the people in. I mean, albeit the casting was great. Like,
yeah, sure.
Jim Carrey.
The guy from Criminal Minds.
Jim Carrey in full like effect.
At his Jim Carrey.
Classic form, 90s Jim Carrey was perfect for this. Who would have thought Idris Elba would have made Knuckles sound so goddamn sexy?
Idris Elba wanted this.
Yeah,
he's
like
a gamer.
Like I remember that being the first article of like
Knuckles is sexy now.
But he just made it badass, and
I know
Ben Schwartz, like the Easter eggs of everything. If you go, for those of you guys who watch Parks and Rec, Ben Schwartz's character John Ralphio. Yeah, sorry, I missed the direction that they went with this was so good. Like I thought the fan service and the Easter eggs were good on the first one, especially with the Sonic drawings.
The Sonic drawing.
And all that. Yeah. And then I'm like, but then they dropped even more here that I think every Sonic fan would just
the beginning when Eggman met Knuckles in the Mushroom Planet, and he goes, "I'll be happy to show you the way." I was like,
I'll show you the way.
God. You're like,
all the Easter eggs, man. I'm like whoever helped write this, whoever helped put the research,
was a Sonic fan.
Yes,
like we have to have this. We have to have this.
And then I love how like Sonic fans were able to bully an entire production team into A, fixing Sonic for the first one, and B, getting Tails' voice actor on the fucking poster.
Yeah, like if you think about it, it's like if they hadn't listened to the fans, what
kind of movie would we get?
It would have flopped. It would have flopped. But it's crazy how to think like could have flopped, but then again, it didn't. So they listened to us, and now it's the #1 video game movie. It broke video game movie stigma.
Yes,
Sonic did that.
Sonic did that because there has been so many bad video game movies. From the history of video game movies, and I've watched most of them.
And it's still a kids movie because I think a lot of video game movies try to take themselves way too seriously.
They try to go dark,
or they didn't stick too close to the source material. I had high hopes for Assassin's Creed. And I was disappointed, and they made all this hype on the friggin' eagle drop or jump and whatever. And I was like, that's it? We do this. This is normal in the game.
Yeah. Did anyone watch Uncharted?
I didn't.
I've heard good things. The thing that made me like it's because it's a prequel to it's a
young Nathan Drake.
Yeah, so I get it because then it makes longevity for the franchise. So but it's also because if it's Mark Wahlberg, and because I could see Mark Wahlberg being Nathan Drake, but how many more movies can he do much later?
He's Marky Mark.
So with Tom Holland, he's still young, so he can age into that role. Like
grow old with the role.
Yeah, as much as he wants to keep doing Spider-Man. I love that they leaned in the simple things, leaning on the chili dog obsession, which was more of an American Sonic kind of thing. I love that.
I loved how they also thought about Knuckles, because Knuckles' favorite food is grapes.
The grapes. Yeah. Oh my God.
That moment I was like, oh my gosh, they don't miss.
There were kids in the row in front of us, and then we oldie people got it. they were just like grapes, and then like they was like, I don't get it. I was like, no, you sweet summer child.
Oh my
Of
God.
course you don't get it.
You're literally this little.
Why are you even here? This is my movie.
This is for us. Okay.
Yeah, this was made for us, but it's a kids movie. Yeah, for us,
adults.
for our inner children. This is
And
for
you know
our
what?
inner children.
That's one of the things why I feel like the production team got so much support from the Sonic community is because it just felt like they actually cared about our childhood.
Yeah.
They just held it so caringly, and then they just delivered. And it was just one of the things like, thank you for respecting, bringing my childhood to life on a big screen.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude.
Like in the history of all adaptations from like childhood or like any source material that like a beloved source material, like this is one of what this is
yeah,
chef's kiss.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. The part where that got me teary-eyed was when they're like making their last stand against the
Oh my
they're like,
God.
this is where we make our stand. And
Which
they
I
do
thought
like
was gonna be Death Egg.
yeah. And then they do like a Sonic Heroes
Sonic Heroes.
Easter egg.
Sonic Heroes. I was like, bro.
I'm like, oh my God, this is what I've been wanting to see on screen ever since a kid. Like
Yes.
no cart, like I saw it,
Not
it was okay,
cartoons.
but I was like, they are together.
Yes.
Oh my God.
The feels, man.
Like that's
Like
why I
they
teared
did
up.
that they did that, and me and my friends just said, in a moment.
Wait.
Especially in the IDW comics and the Archie comics, it's always there's Sonic and Tails and Knuckles doing off his own thing because he's on Angel Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But him being there and then like just being that same like this is the original trio of speed, strength, and mind right there, just being on the same
Oh,
screen.
baby boy.
I'm like, they're gonna fight together right now. Oh God.
Like, I mean, when Tails came through with the plane, I was like,
I know. I was like,
The tornado. Man. And then I love that they really leaned in on Tails being a genius. Like, not here's a fancy gadget. It's like, here is his brilliance in many ways.
Yeah.
But
even if he had that stalker moment of what he was saying, I've been watching you, and then people were like, "What the fuck?" But I'm like, "No."
It's like that's trick question. Sonic the Hedgehog takes the ball, baby.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
But that also made me question. I'm like, okay, if Tails was watching him and stuff like that, I want to know Tails' story now. Actually, like I'm curious. And I'm just like,
Like, what was he actually doing? You're like, while he was watching. Can we get a spin off? Can we get a spin off, please?
the SCU?
Yeah, the SCU, please. I mean, babe, you wanted the basically like a Smash Bros type cinematic universe thing because we have Detective Pikachu, so you have Pokemon, and then we have the Super Mario movie coming up.
This is right. Oh.
And we have that trio in itself is pretty big.
Yeah,
like those three very like iconic video game characters and put them into a movie somehow. Ooh, where there's some sort of
and
tournament
do it right.
Yeah.
Oh man,
can we get Kirby?
Oh, Kirby,
like,
and Ness. Can we get Mother and can we get Earthbound in there?
Oh my God, Earthbound.
Yeah. Those are yeah.
And the other things too.
Anyway,
like,
Sonic.
where Sonic were right before he was about to run across the ocean, he said the line,
I gotta go fast.
Like, because normally it's a fucking joke.
It's a joke.
Fast.
Gotta go fast.
But he made that joke into a cool ass moment, man.
This was like Dua Lipa owning her meme moves.
Yeah.
Like they said they took all the memes and made it cool.
Yeah.
Knuckles showed you the way.
Yeah, I mean,
Sonic
he was just like, I'll be happy to show you the way.
I can't get past this. I freaked out when I saw this in the theater. when Sonic gets underwater, he breathes in an air bubble.
He breathes in an air
yeah.
It's like,
and he's trying to help Knuckles. He's
and
trying to help Knuckles.
He tried to help Knuckles. And I was just like, oh my save him, even though he tried to kill him.
it's like
And
they
then-
did their research. Like,
And then the existential crisis moment for Knuckles was like he was betrayed. And then Knuckles
Oh
was
my
like, I thought you were my friend. Like, no, Knuckles, your naive heart.
Sonic's your friend.
And then the sand throwing part.
I know, that was great.
Why'd you save me?
That was great.
I need to rewatch it.
I really do.
Is that an Earth saying? No, that's a that's a Wachowski family special.
Oh, it's so cute.
I was like, oh,
Yeah. And then Supersonic.
Supersonic.
Dude, they built that up pretty well.
Yeah.
They did.
Like classic of like shit's hitting the fan. Sonic's just can't even run. He's struggling. And here comes and I like how they tied it back into his family saving him. And like, you know,
let's go get our kid.
Let's go get our kid. I was like,
and then
because like in the beginning he said, you know, it's like I thought you were my friend, not my dad. I was like, what?
oh yeah, I thought it was great that they leaned into that. I'm like, he's still a kid, like trying to like then the part where they're about right before they were smashed and they're just holding, and then Sonic trying to figure it out, that Master Emerald breaking, and I'm like, oh, it's just,
I was like, and then the Emeralds were just like, hey, we going in.
And
then seeing him be like as OP as friggin' I don't know, Captain Marvel. That's the closest thing I can say, like close to that scene of just like him destroying. God, the death is that the death egg? No, the death egg is the
No, that wasn't death egg.
What was it? I'm trying to remember what this is called.
gosh darn it. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why. We're terrible Sonic fans right now.
Yeah, wow.
We're just so excited. That's why we're just like,
Yeah, and there's a part where I forgot that this is a kids movie until Jim Carrey started controlling the robot, and he was like doing these really silly movements. I was like, oh yeah, this is a kids movie.
I was like,
they're leaning in on the city.
Oh, okay. But this is also the interesting because you know how Knuckles puts it together, which I'm so glad they showed that Knuckles put it together.
Yeah.
Where are the Chaos Emeralds?
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Because what I'm wondering is, did they spread out in Earth or different worlds?
Parts of the
universe, whatever.
We can
I thought that
definitely
was
go into
interesting.
different zones. I don't know much about the Sonic X.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah. So this is exactly what I had predicted.
Sonic Adventure 2.
The minute Tails came in, after the first movie came out, I was like, they're going to combine Sonic 2 and 3 into one movie, and then Sonic Adventure 1-ish, probably more likely 2 into the third one. Because there's like so much to unpack, and Tails doesn't necessarily need his own movie because it's more like like not his own movie, but like it would be great, like not just featuring those two, but it would be great to throw them in as well. One thing I wasn't a fan of was the flip of like, well, I like the idea of like two tribes fighting, like Sonic's tribe and then all that for the Emerald.
Yeah, I
wasn't a fan that how it was Sonic was the guardian of the Master Emerald, where Knuckles is supposed to be the guardian. But yeah, I guess we got to a happy medium at the end where it's like, we are the guardians now.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I can get behind that. Yeah, I can get behind that.
It's all right. All right.
And who knows, it might actually change throughout time. Whereas Knuckles, I'm going to need you to just be guard the Master Emerald. You know,
because Knuckles was, like I said in the movie, he trained for it all his life to be. He's very like a soldier, ready to guard it. And Sonic's kind of a free spirit.
Sonic didn't even know.
Yeah.
One thing too that I thought that the movie could have definitely done well without is a good chunk of the human parts of the story.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey carried the humans.
I like the weddings. I thought that was freaking hilarious. The whole she's coming out of a golf cart and everything's exploding. And I'm just like, why is everything exploding?
What is happening?
It's like, what is happening? I love that. I love that part, random, like the randomness of it. I just felt like it went on for too long.
Yeah.
Yes.
It went on for a bit too long. It could have just been a little bit more compressed.
And I did like how they had Tails' backpack and they were just like, what's this?
I know.
Yeah, the momentum definitely slowed down whenever it shifted to Tom's side of the story.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like at this point, because like in the first movie, it made sense, like as a starting off point, you know, Sonic's in this, in this new planet that he doesn't know, he needs to make relationships. Now we're introducing more Sonic's cast, and I feel like they were struggling in trying to keep like both sides of the story. It felt like two different movies. One solid Sonic movie mashed up with a haphazard rom-com.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it felt like they're still trying to tie between the two. I think it gave too much of the human side and not of Sonic. Like as great as the wedding sequence was, and as great as I don't know, I forget the actress's name for her wedding day. She's fantastic, amazing. She had her like. I'm glad she had her moment. But in terms of the story, I feel like that whole part could have just been wiped cut right out,
and I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, it would. It could have been like, I don't know, like the part where I don't want to call her crazy, where she went like
where she went jilted bride.
Yes, on that golf cart scene all the way to the end could have been cut out, and you go straight into I'm forgetting their names, but to Sonic's mom in a sense, to being safe.
Maddie.
Yeah. Right, they wouldn't have missed a beat. Well, still would have made sense. Because I get the importance of the human part of like introducing guardian units of nations like that.
That's when I was just like,
gun. You can't.
That totally made sense. Like, okay, that's very important information because now we're going into Sonic Adventure territory.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite Easter eggs was the helicopter when it said SA2.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2.
Sonic Adventure 2.
It's Sonic Adventure
Gun.
2. Gun. Like that whole like wedding scene. Like I was talking to my friends. I'm like, he looks like a cop. He was like, how'd you know? I mean, he's the guy from Criminal Minds, so he's a cop. He's a cop.
Oh,
He's a co-op. He's a fucking co-op. And then there you go. It's like, I told you he's a fucking co-op.
Yeah. But that's kind of fucked up though. To a whole operation with a fake wedding.
I called it Operation Fucking Catfish. I was like, oh my God, this woman cannot catch a break.
I know. Like first with being tied.
So I'm really glad she had her moment.
Yeah.
Like if that scene wasn't necessary, but I'm glad she had the moment.
Because she definitely had, in terms of energy and performance, I think she killed it in the first one, and I'm glad they leaned into more of that into the third one.
Yeah.
And
that could have been like a bonus scene, like that could have been like a post credit or like a mid-roll or something. Like the whole that like scene, they could have cut it out for the main movie, or do it like in like The Hangover where they would all the stuff they forgot and there's pictures of the shit they were doing, like Hangover 2. Like just have like snapshot snippets of it going on with the credits. And what happened?
Yeah. Oh, I love those things where it's like you see like there's more that we did in the story we didn't see.
Yeah.
I want to see that. That now we're going to definitely spoil even more spoiler territory is the mid-credit scene.
Mid-credit. Oh.
And they're talking about some of the 50-year history. Bro. I'm like, Shadow.
As soon as they said 50 years, John and I were like, oh, the guys in front of us were all like, it's Shadow.
Yeah, no, when they're like 50. It's Shadow.
I'm like, I'm holding Jordan. It's Shadow.
I may have punched my friend in the arm a couple times and might have thrown his cup of icy.
Let's just throw it in the movie theater.
I almost did. I was gonna be like, yes,
dude.
Oh my gosh, it was insane.
And I'm glad it's like because these characters were like took decades to introduce.
Yeah,
from Sonic 2 and then Sonic Adventure probably late 90s, early
Sonic 2000s? Adventure was late 90s.
So 98 was Sonic Adventure 1.
Yeah, Sonic
probably
Adventure 1.
early 2000s.
Or 2.
So I'm curious if they're even gonna touch the chaos timeline, like that part,
Mhm.
or if we're gonna do just lean in straight into the Sonic Adventure 2 storyline, which I think was a great storyline.
I love Sonic Adventure 2.
They better
I'm
open it with
wondering-
City Escape.
Yeah. Bro, oh my gosh.
I mean, I hope
this is the one thing. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
Go.
Two things. Because if they go into Sonic Adventure 2, this is where we're getting into deeper, more darker plot line.
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2 is
Sonic
like,
Adventure 2,
what
yeah.
the fuck? Like, yeah. So, but my thing is, if we're going into Sonic Adventure 2 territory, please bring back the soundtracks.
Yes.
The soundtracks.
Sonic Adventure 2
please.
soundtrack is all bops, no flops. All bops, no flops.
Dude, you know how they're doing like some different renditions of like Green Hill Zone, Emerald Hill Zone? I hope that they do something with City Escape, but like somehow they renew it. But like now,
keep the original
essence,
soul of it.
Yeah, that's what's all the rappers and all that putting these tracks together. But like not with them.
Please.
Especially in the Sonic Adventure, like he had a heavy like rock vibe through and through.
Yes, I need to hear Pumpkin Hill for Knuckles. I would go nuts if they do
Let's fucking go.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then, god, and because they definitely introduced like in the first scene of the movie with Sonic, he's been prone to property damage. So, I mean, it would make sense that City Escape also involves property damage.
Property damage.
Yeah. And then they've been doing a great job with just like these Easter eggs or like these teasers of the next film.
Yeah.
Like Sonic 1, and we're like, holy shit, it's Tails. Sonic 2, holy shit, it's Shadow.
Does this mean we get Amy?
I'm hoping. Okay, here's my thing. Because I know they introduced Sonic as the kid. Technically, he should be 15, technically.
Yeah.
If they do a time skip or whatever, if they still want to make this like wholesome and stuff like that. Let's say he turns like 18 or something. I think that would be pretty nice to introduce Amy.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. I read on Twitter.
And Rouge.
Oh, and Rouge. I feel like if Gun's involved, Rouge is going to be involved. If Shadow is involved, Gun's involved, Rouge is involved. Yeah, yes. And then I think I read on Twitter that it would be a nice twist if instead of Amy being obsessed with Sonic, it would be the other way.
Sonic
I read that because it's a different version of Sonic that we have. First of all, he had never met anyone like him, like Tails and Knuckles.
So now he has to meet a female
hedgehog.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be really, really cute to see.
For him to be enamored.
Yeah, and I hope they don't make her the fangirl, like the crazy, because there's so much depth to Amy.
Yeah.
And she grew into this leader role, especially in the IDW comics, where I don't her. She doesn't have anything special. She doesn't have no superpowers or whatever it is, but she's
got leadership.
She got it. And that's why I hope they just do that.
Respect her.
Respect her.
I feel like
respect her.
Especially with how they're treating a lot of female characters in movies, or is that they're going to give her that leadership role. It only makes sense because I think it just would be going backwards to make her the fan.
Hey, it's the 21st century.
Yeah, so it would be great to see her like she's the leader. I don't know, some sort of special task force.
Yeah.
To lead them against Shadow and whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
They can have the girl power moment the MCU could never have.
Oh my god.
They tried it. I was like, that didn't click with me. I'm sorry.
But she's headstrong. That's the thing. Yeah. And I feel like I always, this is my little imagination, my little fantasy, like if for the movie, is that what if at some point in the third movie that Sonic's just emotionally broken down, like he feels like he can't like protect everybody, and Amy's there like, bro, I only got a hammer. You're fast, you're strong, and all this stuff. And I just have my hammer, and yet I'm not a coward. So you guys gotta stand up. Oh, I would love to see that.
And then Sonic would have been like hard eyes for a little bit, and then he goes,
and then give her a flower like he did in Sonic X.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh my god.
I already wrote the movie.
Please, are you listening? Hello. Can we bully the team again?
Please, if they ever see this, like, please.
We'll try being nice about it this time.
Oh my god.
We'll say please.
They were
so please make our character design amazing. Thank you.
I loved speaking of character design, the design for Robotnik's. And I like that they used Eggman and Robotnik interchangeably.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't either or.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I loved his coat. I want the coat.
Like at the green
It's
one
nice.
when he had the emerald, I was just like,
Yeah,
It's
right.
Nice.
that is slick, sir. I was like,
Yeah.
Matrix who?
Costume.
They
People in
fucking
charge of
wish.
Costume. Good job, y'all.
Yeah. I'm really curious as to what they're gonna
Wardrobe,
do.
thank you.
What they're gonna do with Amy. And then one thing I really want some shoe company to do is to freaking get into a collaboration with them.
Yeah.
Like I think Fila did one with with Sonic.
Sonic's shoes.
I looked at the what do you call it? I looked at the poster with Knuckles. His shoes are boots, which I think is genius. And I feel like Timberland's could be
Tim's, man.
that could be it.
Tim's.
Bro.
Tim's.
Because it's I would buy the shit out of that.
No, Tim's. Definitely Tim's. Because yeah. There was that illustration of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles as human girls. Kind of like anthropomorphic like girls or whatever. We were like, we need to do this, we need to cosplay this. And we were like absolutely going into like, we need shoes, we need this, we need that. And I have these red like platform sneakers. And I'm like, okay, you're trying to look for something similar and blah, blah, blah. And then like Laura was like, maybe we can just put something together. I was like, wait, I have these shoes. Like, what if we put a red thing over here and like a gold thing and a yellow and a big ribbon and that's it? And she was like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, Knuckles' shoes, ever since I saw him in Sonic 3, I'm like, I want those shoes. Sonic, you're cool, but I want just the fact because my friend Roy, he showed me the whole thing about Supersonic in Sonic 2. So my brother and I worked our asses off to get all those Chaos Emeralds. And then here comes Sonic 3. Sonic's just freaking gliding into Angel Island. And then who's this motherfucker that knocks out Supersonic?
Yeah.
And takes the Chaos Emeralds. I'm like, yo, if he could knock out Supersonic.
Knuckles, bitch.
Knuckles, bitch.
Knuckles, bitch.
It's so good.
Yeah, here's one thing I would love though. Like, I would like to see other people have their forms too. In Archie Sonic, they had Supersonic versus Hyper Knuckles.
Yes.
And in the Archie series, they always pitted those two kind of like as rivals. So obviously, and I get that. But also with Tails, it would be nice to see Super Tails, or in the Archie Sonic comic book. Oh God, when he was, I think it was issue 50 or issue 70. No, issue 50 was something else. But somewhere he was. Robotnik was no longer in the picture. The bad guy was some guy named Mammoth Mogul. He was OP as fuck. Was it Isosnagus or Mammoth Mogul? Either way, it was a very strong being. Their Knuckles, Supersonic and the Hyper Knuckles, had their asses handed to them. And then here comes this kid with this guy in a hoodie, fucking saves their asses. And then it shows, I think the last page is fucking Turbo Tails with the freaking birds around them. Like, yo, they just made Tails super fucking badass right now.
That's my baby boy.
He just saved Sonic and Knuckles with his own form. And I like that they gave him his own like unique name.
Yeah.
Because it gets redundant, Super Tails and all that.
Super Tail, yeah.
Yeah. Then
and it fits too, because he's a pilot engineer.
Yeah, and then I would love to see, like, you know, obviously it's gonna be Supersonic, Super Shadow, or Hyper Shadow, whatever they're gonna call him.
Can we get Metal Sonic?
I hope we see.
I want Metal Sonic.
Which one though? There's three different versions.
Right.
Because technically the Sonic 2 one, which I fucking hated as a kid, like I think it's called Silver Sonic or Mecha Sonic or Silver Sonic, and then there's Mecha Sonic, which was from like I think Sonic CD, the one where that's an actual robotic clone, and then there's I think Mecha Sonic from Sonic 3 when you fight him. I forgot what part, but Knuckles fights him. So there's 3 of them, and I love that design. I want all the Mecha Sonics.
Have them all show up there.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. If they're creations of Robotnik, so if Jim Carrey is not going to be Robotnik anymore, if it'd be weird to
not have Eggman and his creations.
Yeah,
which is why like. You guys think like Jim Carrey would agree he would do the 3rd Sonic movie, and then maybe that would be their excuse to just focus on the Sonic characters rather than the humans at that point of venturing off? Because I know in Sonic X, they end up scouring the space and the planets.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be. I just feel like once the video games are done, it would just make sense to go to other parts of the other material. And Sonic X, I think in terms of story, makes sense. I fucking hate the whole werehog thing, so I hope they never get to that.
Oh my!
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I'm not.
I really enjoyed the game. Not gonna lie, I enjoyed the game, but I don't want that to just. Yeah, I really enjoyed the game. It's one of.
I've been watching like gameplay for that. And I was like,
the cutscenes are wow. They're really high quality.
Interesting.
They're high quality cutscenes for that game. I'm just like, wow, where'd you get the budget? But I don't want them to just.
Let's not do that.
Let's let it go of that. That was that
Let's
time.
Let's not go there. Yeah.
Because lately, Sonic games have just been. There's a lot of people just been. Bashing on it. So that's why we're hoping for Sonic Frontiers. We're hoping
on Sonic Frontiers. That's supposed to be like more open world, right?
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
I would love an open world Sonic.
That's what I want. That's what I was hoping when I saw.
Can it be like Dark Souls style?
Like that's what I was hoping with the first Sonic adventure. Like, because I wanted to run around the city really fast. But if Sonic Frontiers as well, I want open world with Knuckles and Tails, because I download fan games. Like there's these like these test fan game like where it's just like a developer like area, and you get to play with different attacks that Knuckles has, that Tails has. It's great, and some of these Sonic fan games are way better than the actual Sonic team games.
Yeah.
And then I hope this like revitalizes the team to create great content. I like the idea of Sonic Forces where Robotnik wins. There's that.
That's right. Honestly, because the Sonic like game, like the main story of Sonic, like main games, is so sporadic. Like there's no like pinpoint. So that's why I feel like they can literally take this anywhere.
Yeah, they can pull from literally anything. And that's the thing. They're still kind of pulling from source material, and the source material is literally anywhere and everywhere. Which is great.
Kind of
and
like,
they're still honoring the source material.
Yeah, there's that foundation.
Other adaptations, you're just like, you completely lost us.
I forgot who they were, but some of these characters just feel like the character design just didn't feel like it belonged in that world. I don't recall which game it was. I was at that point where I was like, these Sonic games just suck right now. I don't even want to bother playing it. But yeah, like
shut up and don't take my money.
I am grateful that Sonic 2 did this well. I'm looking forward to Sonic 3. And I hope with this hype around it that they don't fuck it up. Because sometimes,
that's true.
When studios do really well and they're like, oh yeah, now we got budget. Now we got more. And we can just do what's still working. All the Easter eggs and the fan service was just
listen to the fans.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously write a solid story, but listen to the fans. Don't try to deviate so much. Because one of the things I loved is the snowboarding, ice cap zone or the ice cap. Hell yeah, Sonic snowboarding. That was one of my favorite parts when I first played Sonic 3 or even in Sonic Adventure. I'm like, oh shit, he's snowboarding. Or when Sonic and Knuckles are fighting, essentially hidden palace zone where the Master Emerald is hidden. The whole part where he's sliding into the whole first maze. I'm like, I'm trying to remember which game that was from, but then him running through, I think that was supposed to be a callback to Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1.
Yeah.
And then there was a part where it was just a wide shot of Sonic on one side and Robotnik and Knuckles on one side here. I think it was a wide shot and just very much reminded me when I first played Sonic 3 with Sonic and Knuckles lock-on technology. That shit, that's where you first actually fight Knuckles in Hidden Palace Zone in the area of the Master Emerald. And that was a nice little callback for me. I'm like, oh, this is like when I first fought Knuckles. And for me, I think with Sonic 3, you're able to save your gameplay. So I made that into a separate save file so that I can always go back so I can fight Knuckles. I would purposefully try to make the battle as long as possible because in the game, it probably takes like 3 hits to beat Knuckles. I just want to save the moment that I'm fighting like an equal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then there's some of the extra like other things. Like for me, there's a little like for me, I'm newer to some of the mechanics from Sonic where he's like a jump and then kind of stomps into the ground.
Yes.
And then, to break the ground. But he was using that to beat the shit out of Knuckles.
I know.
On the stairs. I'm like, oh, you, ooh.
Oh my God.
And then he broke the stairs.
Yeah, they didn't hold back on these.
They showed it. Like, I mean, they didn't go as far as like showing blood or anything because it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like they were just like, no, they're fighting. They're making contact, and you can see it.
And then Knuckles' special attacks. Oh. Well, I think they're one of those other. Oh God, yeah.
The baseball.
The last scene.
The feels.
The powerbomb pull.
Closing it off in the way of him, like him being
The base of ball.
Oh my gosh. Well, it was a nice like call out to the first movie of seeing Sonic playing by himself.
Yeah.
And just being lonely. And now he has friends.
Yeah, he's got a human family and then he's got friends.
Yeah. And oh God, just seeing them not just in battle, but just
And also Knuckles not being alone because he was the last one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. They both had like that similar moment of both being alone. I feel like they did the whole like we have the same story better than
Your mother. I was gonna say your mother's name is Martha.
Better than that, right? I was like, they had a better moment than that fucking moment from Batman versus Superman.
Because he was like, I lost everyone too, and I was like, your mother's name was Martha, but better.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, that scene was so cute. Just because even when it was like the humans talking. Mm-hmm. You can see there's this moment where Knuckles picks up Tails and puts them on the shoulder.
Yeah, puts him on the shoulder.
Like,
let's go, Fox. I was like,
it's funny.
I had so much emotions.
I loved that moment. It's funny because when there's I follow this other Sonic channel called Sassoon Film Studios, where they do a lot of Sonic fan cartoons.
Yes.
Knuckles and Tails are always kind of like,
I know.
Knuckles is gonna beat your ass, Tails.
I know. I'm like, my baby boy. How dare?
I love that music channel.
Yeah, shouts out to them.
Emeroy sent me one video and then I keep getting recommended and I'm like,
I was stuck on it for a while, man.
I'm still stuck on it. I'm still waiting for them to just update.
Essentially, yeah. So, oh God, that was a great way to close.
Yeah. Oh.
And then I really want to watch it again. I was planning on watching it today by myself just to prep for this.
Wow.
That's why I told you, I was like, man, I really want to watch it the second time before we did this. Okay.
But I was like, we gotta watch fast. We gotta
watch fast. We gotta talk
about fast.
How about it really fast?
And there's all the other Easter eggs, because I tried to look at other Easter eggs that people may have seen. Like there's like the whole Dr. Robotnik having his own game, the Mean Bean. He had his own little
Mean Bean,
yeah, he had his own game. Oh, by the way, I forgot that character's name. Robotnik's sidekick. He was fantastic too.
Stone was great.
Stone was a great addition to it. Like I remember, like, what was it?
Did he ever finish his reconnaissance?
No, like the like better than Snively from the Archie Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
But
they made him kind of gay, and I love it. Like not kind of gay, but like, but also like
kind of hinted it,
but also
like very obsessed.
When he was scrolling through like the costume ideas, and then there was the French maid one. I was like,
what? I'm glad that they gave like the classic outfit too, just to give
us a little.
Yeah, and the whole like introduction of him making a freaking latte or whatever.
The latte,
and then of Robotnik, and the guy just like, what are you doing to my coffee?
So aggressively.
Who is this? Because that was like a TikTok trend as well. Like you wait for someone,
to like mess up their food. They're like trying to take like an Insta picture of their food, and you. Like it's either the latte art, it could just be plated food.
Yeah, and Jim Carrey again.
Oh, that is Jim Carrey.
Like in flossing and trying to like convince Knuckles to work with him.
What pain!
That hurt, and I love the fact that they did that.
It was like cringy, but also like
it was good cringe.
It was like it's perfect cringe. Thank you, Jim Carrey. Thank you, everyone. Put that together.
Yeah.
This is a
great.
Like I'm happy it still worked out because with the original design, the shitty design, I was sad, but I was like, as a Sonic fan, I'm going to.
I would have still watched it anyway. I would have watched it anyway. I would have watched it to see the train wreck that it would have become.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad they actually, allowed themselves to get bullied by Sonic fans.
Or like to listen. And shouts out to the studio and the 3D animators and the modelers and everyone who had to the first run to recreate that. But I still think it's a marketing tactic.
You can't do it that fast.
But that technically,
can you?
I imagine because they're already marketing. Like I forgot how long into
toys were already out.
I forgot how long into it was, but it's possible. But I can only imagine like once you change the 3D model, you're effectively changing like how the geometry of everything of what the character looks like, which means you have to re-rig this thing and have to rematch the animation to a lot of action scenes and then re-render it to a lot of scenes that were probably finished. So I can imagine that was probably a lot of sleepless nights to recreate it, to re-rig it and animate it. And they have fucking quills and fur. So I'm guessing there was some sort of simulation on that to make sure that it moves like quills. Like it feels believable.
The pressure was on.
Yeah, the amount of sleep they probably didn't have to make sure to turn it around, but I'm glad that extra effort did go a long way. And then a shout out to the team again that made it, and then listening to the fans because it's like, I
love the fact that the toys were already out for the bad character design, and I still want one. I still want the action figure.
Oh my gosh!
Just for the lols.
Dude, they're gonna
sell it.
Exactly. They're gonna go up for high price because like, remember when this would have turned out like this?
I know.
Like,
remember this would have been our Sonic.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of toys, I need to go get some toys. Like two of each, just to play and then
the other one for the box. I was at the bookstore with my friends before when we went into the movie theater. I bought like a whole bunch of books, but like I was sitting there. There was a couple of like Sonic toys. I was just like, should I?
Yes.
That's the thing.
I'm already spending a lot of money on books.
If I buy
might
toys,
as well get a toy.
If I buy toys, Jordan's gonna think it's for him.
You'll be like,
that's fair. Buy a third set for him.
I think McDonald's back in the day, they had Sonic toys as well.
They did.
Sonic had one where it was a launcher. And then there was Knuckles that was on a cloud because he glided and you could twist. And I remember playing for hours, just Sonic and Knuckles fighting. And then I had a regular army guy pretending to be Robotnik. just on my little art desk, and I just obsessively like just draw Sonic. And I was like, I remember one of my dream jobs as a kid was to draw for Archie Comics for Sonic. And one of my favorite artists is Spaz or Spazienti. And then because he had some of the best Sonic covers I've ever seen. And I tried to imitate a lot of my style to him.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. I'm trying to look for my collection.
Yeah.
Daddy.
So one of the friends that I went with to go see Sonic was actually an ex-boyfriend of mine, and then I was like sitting there, like I was like, I'm talking to Emeroy, like, you know, like when I was over there, we were listening / watching like the IDW Sonic stuff on YouTube, like on a drive, and then I'm sitting here, I was like, I have a type.
Oh my God.
Sonic fans.
Sonic fans.
Knuckles, bitch.
Knuckles, bitch.
Oh my God. I'm going to do a side-by-side of you and Lauren. Because we did that on the stream last week.
Oh God. Yeah. As a fan, I'm quite satisfied. I mean, I know it's a kid's movie targeted for kids. There's those
it was a good kids movie.
I think, but it's like, as a fan, yeah, I'm quite satisfied with it, despite the humans part, or, you know, which, nah.
What they have to.
Yeah.
They have to.
But when it came to delivering Sonic, they delivered Sonic. I almost feel like, just a thought, because there's always producers that try to push the agenda, which is why some movies are just end up being shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's the director's vision and there's producers trying to sell something. I almost feel like maybe they're trying to fit that in. It's like to, you know, try to make it relatable. Like if we think about adults, regular adults, because we're kind of, I think the regular adults, like they're not exactly.
We're not like the other adults.
They're who are much more mature than us. But don't know. There's the regular adults who aren't fans, who aren't exactly going to connect with Sonic, which is,
like,
which I think is stupid. Like this, the cartoons are for kids, but they're not going to connect with that. What they will connect with is the adult storyline, which I think is the reason why they kept it.
Yeah, that's like they kind of had to. And it's also, they're probably also thinking about like, this is a kids movie, so families are going to go, like parents and their kids. So the parents need to have something.
Yeah, like this is for you, parents.
Yeah, but what if the parents are millennials and love Sonic?
That's fair.
They're like, just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case the kids love Sonic, but the parents are normies, you know?
Yeah, it took me forever to realize that there was a huge Sonic fan base. Yeah, because I thought, if me growing up, I was probably one of the few people like that loved and obsessed with Sonic.
You know what? Like, to be fair, when we were all growing up, like Mario was more talked about than Sonic was.
No, around
game wise.
That, and then around my school is fucking X-Men or Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So but Sonic,
also a game I'm good at.
Yeah, I didn't know how much people really cared about this.
Yeah.
When we knew Rosie, when we started talking about Sonic, I was like, no, are you a Sonic fan?
Like what? Wait.
What? So much so that we nicknamed ourselves Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah. This is like hype. I'm like, oh my gosh, you understand?
It's so cool to seeing other people kind of get hyped around. I'm like, yes.
That's how I felt in the theaters. I was like, oh my gosh, my community. Oh my gosh,
my people.
Right? I'm like, because for me, and also like going through like college, I felt some sort of shame saying that I was a big Sonic fan, because it wasn't like, because this is an the animation school. You got, and they looked
down on anime.
They heavily looked down on anime. They were like, if you want to do anime, go to Japan. And I remember teachers saying that too.
Fine, I will go to Japan.
Yeah, I thought that too. I was like, I
will go to Japan.
I can't afford it, but I would love to.
Yeah,
maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I was like, is that supposed to be an insult?
Because
go to Japan.
There's a way of how American animation works and all that stuff. But for me, because I heard that, I was like, oh, maybe, you know, the idea of me doing Sonic stuff would not be as cool. Because I definitely hid that part for a long time. quit because I used to write a lot of Sonic fanfics, man. I wrote a Sonic fanfic during the pandemic. Oh my gosh. I did.
Can I read it?
I did.
Yeah.
I sent it to Max and Lauren, and it was kind of it was a loose, like it was inspired.
It was more of an outliney thing than like a fully fleshed out like.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I remember going through that phase of fanfiction.
Oh my god!
It was,
I was like reading, and I was like,
it was loosely inspired
More?
by Mechasonic's attack on Angel Island. It was loosely inspired by that, but the premise is more like Knuckles has failed so many times as a guardian that he gets replaced by this council. And then what the turns out and then Knuckles gets exiled. And then Knuckles, it turns out this council is corrupt, so they put this corrupt guy in there, and it kind of becomes more like Manifest Destiny. They have the power of the Master Emerald, so therefore they feel like they're entitled to the rest of the world.
Why do I feel like they could literally make a movie about this?
I see.
Like, if they're making the universe, dude.
Yeah.
I read that. I was like, more, please.
Like,
please, sir.
So
may I have some more?
In essence, Knuckles has to work with the others, but Knuckles goes head on with the replacement Guardian, but they're equally as powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sonic and Tails are fighting the other bad guys on the side. Robotnik is not even existing here.
Yeah.
This is Knuckles' movie, bro.
This is the Knuckles movie.
This is
right?
Knuckles' movie.
So yeah, like that because I remember in the Archie Sonic
Paramount, are you listening?
Like this, like I didn't. It's not canon, but I think there was something called Echidnopolis, like they in the Archie universe, and then there's all these other ancients, and then the whole tribal thing, and then at this point, at least in me writing the story, it was like the council already exists, like, and then Knuckles, like then they kind of like review. It's kind of like a branch off the IDW thing, where like Mechasonic took over because you were not there. And then is it kind of like leaning on his failures, and then like, boom, we're out. Here's a replacement Guardian. Because we played with the idea of like a clone Sonic of Shadow, but like, what about a replacement Knuckles? Like,
why are you not like working with the team? Like,
hello, Paramount, are you listening?
I would love to make this into a comic. I don't have time to draw, but I would like to work with some sort of Sonic artist. What I have is a 1 paragraph, 3 paragraphs of what Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 of what it is. I don't have the exact of like full on series. So I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna write this because we're all locked down. I might as well make a Sonic fan fiction because I think this came to me. I think I might have smoked. I was trying to go to sleep because I needed to relax. Like, because you guys know me, like my brain's on. Like, but then I'm like, this is a great idea. I just start writing.
Yeah, and you didn't overdo it, so you didn't like feel overwhelmed and start seeing things that you weren't supposed to see.
Yeah, but I would love to make this into a comic book and be like, IDW, let's work together.
Hello?
IDW.
Hello. Hi,
man.
call us.
Yeah. So that's my Knuckles fanfic. I would like so.
Please, Sam, may I have some more?
Yeah, dude. I also made I was such a fan of so many other things. Like I made a Sonic fan fiction where he meets Star Fox. Yeah, and they have to work together. Like Star Fox gets lost during a jump, and he ends up at Morbius, and he crashes there, and that's where they meet.
What?
So Smash Brothers Cinematic Universe.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So and then there's that, and then it got crazy. The fan fiction it was called Crossover Saga. So because then they somehow meet the characters from Final Fantasy 7, 8, and it just gets so.
I mean, when did you write
crazy.
this?
I wrote this probably 97.
You predicted Cloud being in Smash Bros.
I was a kid.
You predicted Cloud and Sephiroth being in Smash Bros.
Or me. Yeah, I was definitely like I was writing. I was like because I didn't know if fan fictions were a thing. I was just like, yeah, that'd be cool if Sonic and Knuckles and all of them were like and met Cloud, met Squall, and then they met Star Fox. And I was simply making stories from my favorite games at the time.
Yeah, that's great.
So, and I'm like,
I have written myself in like I have written Harry Potter fanfic, but also written myself into them.
yeah,
That's so good.
I wrote myself into.
Love self inserts.
I made myself into a Sonic character.
I started out replacing characters with myself, and then I just went ham.
But I'm in this universe now.
I am in this. I am here now.
I was
We out
obsessed
here.
with Dragon Ball Z at the time, but I didn't insert Goku into that universe because I thought he would just be too powerful.
So you put yourself in there?
I made myself my Sonic character with the powers of Goku.
Oh my God.
Like not the same like Kamehameha all shit.
Yeah.
Did I think I remember inking that, but like I had like blasters and all that shit. I think one of my character's forms was a Raiden look. Like he was all mystical and shit. Because that was also inspired, I think, from an anime called Ronin Warriors. Because one of the characters had like the staff. And I combined those things to create my character. At the time, it was cool to have bangs. My Sonic character had bangs and can also go Super Saiyan or Super Sonic, but with yeah.
You see this excitement though, this excitement that's coming out and stuff like that. See, and they just Paramount they just took care of that. They took care of this.
It's coming from a 34-year-old man.
Oh my God.
I remember I started writing a Half-Life fanfiction where it's also a self-insert. I love Half-Life. I was just like, I'm going to be at the Black Mesa.
I'm just gonna insert myself here.
I'm going to do that. I'm the one that's a shooty.
Oh
Yeah, I wanted to be in the stories. I was such a big fan. I remember my brother and I would be called. I came up with our own forms of Sonic because we would be. At one time, we were obsessed with the Ninja Turtles. I would be Ninja Sonic. He would be Ninja Tails. We would be sneaking missions. And then at one point, it was inspired from Dragon Ball or something with fire. It would be Inferno Sonic. And then
That sounds so badass. Oh my God.
And then Tails would be, and he would be Inferno Tails, and it would be like a fire element. Hence, if you guys,
I wish I knew how to draw.
if any of you guys knew me during the AOL Instant Messenger era, like
Inferno Sonic?
my screen namer was Inferno Sonic 923.
Oh my God, I remember you'd be stuck on there too. I was like, Inferno Sonic. I know you like Sonic, but like, where'd the Inferno come from?
Yeah, but someone told me they thought I was gay because of it. Because Inferno, like being flamboyant, I'm like, no, because Sonic and fire.
Yeah.
fire, bro.
Yeah. And that's my
That's great, and then that's why like when Sonic Forces came out, the whole concept of you can create your own character.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I'm in the game.
This is me. It's me.
I swear to God, like that character creation screen, I took a while. Like,
Me too.
Do I want to be a hedgehog? Do I want to be a
bunny? Dog? Oh my God.
What animal do I want to be? Do I want to be all of it?
What do I want to wear? Like, what do my gloves look like?
And then you can unlock more clothing. You're like, man, I gotta change
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people like talk smack about the game itself, and I understand whatever. But man, that character design, you can make your own character. I was like
I love a game with character creation. I don't care what it is.
Love it. The customization.
I'm invested. Like I see myself in it now. I want to run alongside and save the world of Sonic and beat Dr. Eggman. Not in that way, but
Beat the egg. Beat egg.
beat egg.
Beat egg.
Yeah. Satisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and I'll be right
Bathroom
back.
coffee. Static.
Tails. Oh,
Baby boy.
I'm just happy. It's just Tails and Colleen. And,
So glad they put her on the
respect.
I know.
I think it's nice for like celebrities to be voicing the characters, but like it's really great.
Well, here's the thing: like they had freaking Idris Elba as Knuckles because they needed the star power, but also Idris Elba wanted to. And then there's Ben Schwartz, who's Ben Schwartz. But like the fact that nobody else was good enough for Tails, but the OG,
it's just
Colleen.
Like it's the home.
Yeah,
home. It's like,
and that actually brought like the nostalgia factor like even more because it's just like Tails sounds like Tails from when we were kids.
Yeah, like because Tails is a kid, you know. Yeah. So, like I know in other Sonic games, like they replaced Tails' voice.
Yeah.
There's one time they horrendously replaced his voice.
We don't want to talk about that.
We don't want to talk about that. But
that is Bruno. We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that at all. No. But like, it's just Colleen's the only one that can do it. Like,
no one was good enough. No one else is good enough, man. I mean, Idris Elba was great. Ben Schwartz great. Oh, I don't actually literally can't see anyone else. Like they could have another like actual like voice actor. Yeah. But it's the fact that they still got Colleen. They were just like, well, if no other like big name actor is gonna be good enough, it is gonna like bring Tails' essence to life enough. Let's just get Colleen up in here. Get Colleen on the horn.
Speaking of universes and movies,
let's go. Oh my gosh. You see that capelet? Lauren made that.
So
she did that.
Yesterday, Temper Tantrum we filmed. I normally don't do the whole cosplay thing because I never did it. But this idea of this very long running joke that I had with everyone. Doctor Strange doing gang signs and then crip walking was a very long running joke. And I was
very long, too long.
So to the point I would do it at every rehearsal and every celebration.
At every meeting.
Yeah, at every meeting. But then I realized you know what? Doctor Strange's movie's coming out. Let's just do this for fun. Let's just ride this stupid joke that I've been doing. Do it for the obviously, let's make it funny because Doctor Strange doing gang signs and crip walking, but let's make the dancing dope. So, and then shouts out to Lauren for making this. This is super clutch. Appreciate you. We're figuring this out because this has weight. So at the first iteration, it was pulling back, and I was so, and with that, because I feel like I'm like a Harry Potter and Doctor Strange put together.
With the glasses.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yes. But ironically enough, because we were in the world of wizards, two other dancers were dressed up as people from Harry Potter. We're trying to get other people dressed up as other wizards as well, like Gandalf, just so we can have the whole wizardy cast. But yeah, and it was kind of slightly windy that night. So when I was doing the dancing,
were you?
It felt fucking heroic. So again, shouts out to Lauren for making this. I appreciate you, baby. The original cast idea was different. Brandon was supposed to be Doctor Strange. I was just going to be Scarlet Witch because I had this hair just for the joke.
For the lols.
Yeah. And then Lauren was America Chavez and she knocked that role out. And then Brandon couldn't make it, so I decided to be Doctor Strange again. Shouts out to Kat for stepping up to be Scarlet Witch. This is fun, and then we tried to make it like a rap video instead of Cadillacs and all that stuff. We had Prius behind us. So,
Toyotas,
just the
normiest cars,
just very the most suburban car. Just try to be just being as try hard as possible. I hope people enjoy that, just the joke of it, and the only reason I'm probably really leaning into it is just to ride like just to ride the hype of Doctor Strange and the possibility of like the other X-Men and whatnot be showing up in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I hate you so much. Shocker.
Yeah, but this is cool. This is like a Under Armour, and then she had like Lauren added some snappy things, so like it snaps off.
Snaps.
So it's like,
yep, we stand snaps.
I kind of want to just like go to meetings like this, like silence.
Silence.
Shirt.
What are you doing? Finger tutting.
Finger tutting.
Yeah. That's it. Just want to show this off. It looks really good, right? It's like this is the material.
Yeah.
I love velour.
Nice.
Yeah.
Velour is expensive, but it's hella cheap.
Hello, good sir.
Speaking of velour, gotta get my juicy couture
right.
tracksuits.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it here.
All right.
All right, everyone. If you guys, thank you everyone for watching, live stream or not. Everyone watching on YouTube, if you guys like to do all the things.
Wait.
Oh, yes.
She has one.
Okay.
As of today, April 11th, Sonic Movie 2 has 97% audience score and is now the biggest video game movie opening of all time.
Yes.
Let's go. It's great.
So proud of her, baby boys.
Thank you, Paramount.
SANIC.
Thank you, Sonic team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very proud and happy Sonic fans. I appreciate you.
Keep it up.
Yes. Yes. And don't fuck up the next movie.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. Respectfully. Don't fuck up the next one.
But yeah. All right. That's it. Appreciate you guys for watching. Follow them. Do all the things. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Awkward Tea Party. Goodbye.